All right, YouTube. This Detroit's HPTV coming to you out of Detroit. Got another video for you. Maybe you was intrigued by the title because it says the Democratic Party got black people dancing the jig. Well, that's because you're going to see it in the video. And shout out to his brother Philip Scott. I'm gonna be using his video to do my reaction. And he one of the dominant brothers in the black media. I want you to see his take, and I want you to see these black people actually dancing the jig. I want you to see that too. So, for fair usage, commentary, educational purposes. All right, listen to what he say first.
They have been doing something for everybody else, definitely for people who aren't even citizens of this country, whether they come from, Latin America, or they coming from the Middle East, or they come from Ukraine. They come from all over the world, and they're more prioritized than Black America, who got in the lines in 2020 during a global pandemic and vote for the Democrats. They made sure to vote for Democrats because they had to get that Trump out.
Oh, let me say that, yeah. They went and voted in mass and stood in line in mass in the middle of a pandemic. They were so scared. Now let me interject here. It's not no Russian, no Japanese, no Israelis, no Palestinians, no Hindus, no Greeks, no Ukrainians, no Panamanians. I ain't finna let none of them stop my flow. I'm a black man in America. You know what I'm saying? When I'm like, why does Democratic Party be always trying to scare black people to death about somebody else? Check him out.
And then they got Trump out. They were dancing in the streets. Do you remember that? When they were celebrating and dancing in the streets, that they got Trump out. And then now look today, years later, inflation is high. We looking at facing almost World War III. Biden and them keep supporting it. People are upset about that. It has split the Democrat Party literally on that situation. The last time the Democrat Party was split was in 2016 with the Hillary Clinton Bernie Sanders thing, and you know how that election went when the Democrat Party was split. Donald.
So you see all that dancing, right? They were actually happy to see this apocalyptic shit. This is apocalyptic.
Trump became the president in 2016. So the Democrats have a whole lot of trouble just all the way around, but definitely with the black community. So we have been being on the pulse of Black America. And we have been telling you here in our various platforms what is going on with black people and looking at what the Democrats have not done for the black community. And the mainstream media for a while tried to, not address.
To interject, before he get ready to go into this next part of it, I want to add this on the front end of that. Let's start there.
It, try to duck, dodge, act like it's not going on. But now they have to concede that Biden and the Democrats have a major problem, almost about 1 year out now to the election. I mean, it's coming real quick because the way time passed, you look up and it will be a year later, almost time for the election. So there was this clip from CNN I want to show y'all and just listen to it because some things questions I need to ask after this piece. So let's go ahead and roll that.
Stunned by what we found 4 days in Milwaukee. Now we have a year to the election. The Biden campaign says there's plenty of time to turn it around. But remember how important black voters were. They rescued his campaign in the primaries in South Carolina. He won more than 9 in 10 black votes. And in just about every of the big battleground states, that constituency is a foundational element of his coalition. And watch this. Come to the streets of Milwaukee with us. He has a giant problem. Devontae Johnson is a foot soldier for democracy in one of its most crucial battlegrounds.
Hello, I'm Devontae for Block, Black Leaders Organizing for Community.
This stop is encouraging.
I'm so happy that it's a black man out here that's going from door to door. She's a tough one.
Fellow organizer Des Woods, though, gets the response far more common these days.
I don't talk about the election.
Woods is trained to keep trying.
So are you not a voter?
When I want to, and right now I don't want to.
The predominantly black neighborhoods on Milwaukee's north side can look and feel forgotten.
One of the main things you care about.
The canvassers meet often and share what they are hearing. Good-paying jobs are scarce. Rent is up. The streets used to be cleaner and safer.
Do y'all hear people say, it ain't nothing happening, it won't affect us, it don't? Raise your hand. Raise your hand.
That's all they be saying. It's like, ain't no change.
Wow.
So we see all these other areas.
Block founder Angela Lang outlines this week's agenda and next November's stakes.
There's no way to win a statewide election that doesn't run through the black community. What happens in Milwaukee can impact the rest of the state, which ultimately can impact the rest of the country. No pressure.
The president was last here in August for a green energy event, and this old industrial site is being cleaned up with Biden infrastructure money.
Putting in the work for Black America.
But early spending on radio and TV ads targeting black voters is proof the campaign sees the problem. Those ads don't mention one issue critical here.
People are wondering, what is he doing in terms of police accountability and criminal justice reform?
Lang also says the president better show up more.
People always want to see people actually paying attention. And sometimes that means being able to physically be here and engage.
Black turnout soared here in the Obama years, but it dropped in 2016 and was flat in 2020. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you grade the Joe Biden presidency in terms of its impact on your life and your community?
A 4.
People in general, I think, tend to be pretty loyal to the Democratic Party. And sometimes I wonder, just based on how that party has performed thus far for people of color, if we should continue to be.
Jones is no Trump fan, but he thinks it's foolish to bet on Trump motivating black turnout.
I get people saying they're not going to vote. That's my fear. That if they see those two and they're going to say, screw it, we're damned anyway.
If you're Joe Biden and you want to be reelected, he'd have a problem today, right?
Yes, he will. He'll have a big problem.
Johnson's work could well help the president. But listen, if it were just Biden and Trump, who'd you vote for?
That's just a tough one.
A young man who says the country needs big change. Determined to boost Milwaukee's black turnout, yet not sure who gets his vote. And just stunning, that young man there, I don't know who I'm going to vote for, a young black man in Milwaukee who's actually part of this activist community. Then you have the older black women answering the door, say, yeah, people died for my right to vote, but I'm not sure I'm going to vote because I'm so disaffected and disenchanted. And it matters. There's a year to fix it. But remember, 2 times in a row, Wisconsin alone, big battleground state, decided by about 20,000 votes. So it doesn't take many people staying home or going the other way to flip the state.
You clearly heard from those brothers and sisters. They do not feel enthusiastic about the Democrats or Biden at all. Kamala Harris herself has a 59% disapproval rating. So you can't even send Kamala over there to talk to them. You can't. Don't send Obamas.
Let me interject in this video. I just was smiling. I was looking at my phone because I just found the thumbnail for this video. So when you look at the thumbnail, when the video first come up, I just started that right now. So you can see how it was funny to me what I'm going to put on the front of it. Because people going to be mad. They be mad at me anyway. I got the Hebrew Israelites mad at me because I said that how is we Hebrew and Israelites when the word Hebrew is a Greek word? It's Greek. It comes from the word Eber. They got mad because I said that. I'm just saying, get a dictionary though.
Because that's not going to move the needle at all. The one sister said that, she felt Biden is out of 1 out of 10 is doing a 4. Yeah, I believe a -4. I would say a -1,000 the way he's moving at this stage in the game. But they make a whole piece about the black voter, the black community. If you were listening to this, you would think the country is only made up of black people and white people. But last time I checked, there's a lot more Hispanics in this country than black people. You have the Asian community. You have the Arab community. You have the East Indian community. You have Native Americans. You have all these different groups of people who are eligible voters that do vote. But yet, when have you ever seen them constantly focusing on any of those said groups that I just mentioned? The Asian community, and I keep mentioning them because the Democrats have every right to go to the Asian community and say, hey, we supported y'all during the pandemic. We papered y'all up. We gave you a hate crime bill. So now it's time to come out and vote Democrat because we did something for y'all, so do something for us. They don't even go approach the Asian community about what they did for them. They don't go approach the Hispanic community and say, hey, you know, some of your brothers and sisters that came over here, hey, I gave the Venezuelans temporary protected status. You know, I'm letting people come over. I'm not really deporting them like that. You know, I mean, come on, we need some of y'all support. Now, of course, some Hispanic people say, hey, I don't want them here either. There's a lot of them that say that actually that they don't want them here, right? But he don't even come to them because there's some of them who do support, and then some of them who don't support the illegal immigration. He don't go to no other groups and ask for their support, just us. And once again, Democrats, you keep coming to our community asking for votes and doing nothing. You put yourself in this position the way you are right now. You did it. It wasn't us. It was you. Black people can't feel bad for anything. You can't even pressure black people to come out and support.
Let me interject. Now, a lot of them immigrants that he just let in, a lot of them is going to be criminals. They're going to be criminals. They caught 100 of them that was on the terror list. So they bring all these mixture of people, strange people, and dumping them in the black community. But one thing the strange people are going to do is they are going to unite with their own against us. Then we become a host that they feed off of. If you sell drugs, you already work for the cartels. So just imagine they're gonna have enough Latin Americans in here, so you're gonna be working for the Latinos that's here, and they're gonna be getting it from the cartels. And what is that going to do to the black community who already have a drug problem and a problem with violence? You got to think about what they're doing. This is a part of our own personal ethnic cleansing and genocide while we're looking over there. That's a distraction. Please.
Support you and vote for you because every time we've done it, we got nothing. We have got nothing out the deal for you. Nothing from you. Nothing. Black folks asked you to rein in the police. You didn't do it. You didn't do anything. Black folks are asking for an anti-black hate crime bill. You can't even do that. Black folks are asking for reparations because surely you got money to pay everybody else in the billions. It's no study. It's not even a thought. It's just signing some bills.
And I'm going to interject on what he just said about no anti-black hate bill. Over the last several years, black people have been the most targeted group of people per body count as well targeted for hate crimes. Just y'all forgot just a couple of months ago, the 8 sisters and the brother at the grocery store. Y'all forgot. Y'all be forgetting quick.
Cashing out. But anytime it's something for black folk, you don't have no money, you can't do it. I told y'all, it's not that they can't do it. They don't want to do it because they're racist. It's just that simple. They don't want us to have anything as black people. They want us to stay as a permanent underclass.
For the YouTube guidelines, let's do this. Allegedly, really, allegedly. Come on. We're gonna keep it 1,000.
They want to keep the wealth gap because if they were so serious about closing that wealth gap, the Democrats can do it. They can do it locally, they can do it statewide, and they can definitely do it on a federal level. They could. They do not because they really don't want us to actually rise up economically. They don't.
That made me think about what this old head taught me when I was young, before I became an old head. He said, if you think you fooled me, that means I fooled you twice. And that's how Democrats be playing us.
Don't. Y'all say, oh, the Republicans don't want us this, Republicans that. The Democrats feel the exact same way. They do. They just smile in your face a little bit more, give you some buzzwords, maybe let you have some prominent positions on the plantation. But at the end of the day, you're still on the plantation. They don't want you off of it.
Malcolm X said that.
And if you're not
50
coming out
years
there
ago,
voting Democrat, that's an
60 years
issue and
ago.
that's a problem. These people don't deserve black people's loyalty. They don't deserve black people's votes. They don't.
Say
All these
that
other
shite.
groups that get all the set asides, all the money, all the protection from Democrats, and they don't come out and vote at all. The migrants that keep coming across that border, they haven't
Like we some hoes around here.
voted. They haven't voted at all for Democrats. And yet look at all of the money and resources they're getting. And they didn't vote Democrat. You look at the brothers and sisters in Chicago, what they talking about right now? They didn't come vote Democrat. They voted in Chicago Democrat, but the people that's coming over didn't vote Democrat at all. They coming in, they getting free stuff. They getting the stuff that the citizens can't even get. And that has been the reason why people keep saying, because I know some people getting mad about this statement, well, you guys get what you vote for. And the reason why people are saying that, even though you did not vote for that to happen, but the reason why people say that you get what you vote for is because.
Now let me say this. Now this the messed up part. How you giving immigrants $9,000 and cutting off black people's bridge cards? Really? You giving the immigrants $9,000 and finding them shelter and cutting off black people's bridge cards? Wow.
The Democrats have never been silent about their support of illegal immigration. They have been heavily supportive of that. Just like they openly support LGBT. They openly support abortion. These are things that they're very loud about. It's not a bait and switch. Now, if they did a bait and switch, that's one thing. That's deceiving you, bait and switch. So when they say you get what you vote for, when you vote for somebody, y'all have to understand. And they telling you this is what they're about. When they do these things, you can't get mad about it because you did vote for that at that time. Because you decided to say, well, I'm going to get Trump out and that's it. And so you did that, and see what happens when you vote by emotion. See, black people, you got to, this is a hard lesson to learn when you vote by emotion and not by logic and by facts. See, Biden haven't done anything for black people. The Democrats will refuse to even acknowledge black people. They don't want to talk about you. You're just a byproduct. All you good for is to keep them in political power. You show up election day, you put them in office. After that, boop, they ain't talking about you.
They pimping strong.
Period. But I want y'all to keep seeing all this money that's coming out of this country to everybody else. Everybody else is getting a bag. Everybody. Except us. You hear a lot of black people in this piece. Like, I'm good, I'm going to sit it out. People have gotten that way because they haven't done nothing. You can't keep going to a well and trying to get water out of that well. If you keep trying to get water out and the cup is eventually empty every time, do you think a person will say, wait a minute, that well is empty. I'm not going over there anymore. It's empty. I'm only going to go pull water out of that well that's going to quench my thirst. And we have been voting Democrat, and we've been going to a well constantly and getting nothing but a dry throat.
Oh yeah, the Hebrew Israelites, they said they was mad at me because I said I was a scholar, and they said I was bragging because I said I was a scholar, but really I was trying to base what you hearing from me, not from like how you may perceive me, but like I'm a political scientist, academically. So I might not communicate and I'm not being bougie with you. You know what I mean? I'm not being bougie with you about what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? And my channel's open for commentary. If you see something you disagree, you disagree. Just don't start trolling me because, like Willie D say, trolls is hoes. You can't be trolling. You know what I mean? If you disagree to that extent, get your own channel.
And now people have said, well, I'm done with that. Either I'm going to just chill at home, y'all can have it. Because every time I go do something, listen, you know how disrespectful the Democrats are? They're disrespectful. They literally do for everybody in our face. They fight for everybody else in our face. You remember in New York, when they had that press conference with AOC and the rest of them, fighting for migrants, when everybody in the background say, no, 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 no. We don't want them here. They need to go to their homeland. We got issues right here. We got homeless people right here in New York. We need that money. We need the jobs. We need those resources. Eric Adams is saying, hey, $12 billion is going to be going to them when it's not going to New Yorkers. People are tired of that. They're tired. Say what you want, but during Trump, that wasn't going on. Trump would always say, oh, you over here? He was getting them out of here. People seen that. Even black people seen that. See, there's some black people who's afraid to say that to some of you because you have bullied them into submission. They are afraid. They will tell you behind the scenes, on the side somewhere, but yeah, man, shoot, man. The Democrats, man, I'm about to vote for Trump, man. I'm sick of that. There's so many black people saying that right now, but they're so afraid to even open their mouth and say that to a lot of you because you have bullied them into submission. You have them afraid and all kind of crap. I mean, I wish we would treat our other black people that are behind something that matters. For instance, why don't we bully and shame people about having all these out of wedlock births in our community? Having all these children not being married. Why don't we shame people out here who's being promiscuous? Why don't we shame people out here who's making the community look bad?
Okay, I'm gonna stop you because I don't want to make this too long, and I'm quite sure that you get the gist of what he said and how I interjected. You can form your own opinions. You know what I mean? Of course. And you could put positive comments on the channel or whatever you disagree with or whatever, because I know it's gonna be a lot of people. They just be like, oh, the Democrats are our party and the alternative, and we're so scared of Trump. But I mean, y'all weren't scared of Trump when he was hanging out with Mike Tyson, when Tupac then was going to all his little establishments and he took Omarosa to the White House or whatever. And I ain't no Trump supporter. I'm just saying, y'all just go for it. Whatever somebody tell y'all. It seems like sometimes y'all just jump on the bandwagon if they tell you something good. I was looking on the thing. It was this pastor, Juanita Bonham. They got a clip of her circling on the internet. She said that if you have a dream, a prayer, or a goal that you looking for, a promotion, that if you don't give me $1,000 today or whatever, that dream ain't gonna never come true. It's circling the internet with her saying that at a congregation full of black people at a church. Talking about if they don't put $1,000 in the donation, none of their dreams gonna come true. But anyway, Sand out Detroit. Keep your head on a swivel. Peace.